Hello guys, B-Rad here, and I know what you're thinking. Brad, are you gonna revive the Dino Face-Off series, or are you just gonna let it die like that? Well, I'm not. The answer is no. I'm not gonna let it. And sorry I haven't been uploaded recently, just a lot of things happened. Now anyways, I hope you're ready for a very special video. The Xenomorph. Xenomorphs are an extraterrestrial hive-based endoparasitic species with a multi-stage life cycle, possibly originating from the planet Xenomorph Prime. One of the deadliest of all known alien species, these creatures will require a host in order to reproduce. The appearances of the xenomorphs can vary depending on the host in which the embryo is implanted. The human phenotype is generally around 7 to 9 feet in height and roughly 181.43 to 272.15 kilograms in weight, with a long muscular tail and large curved oblong head. The queen of the species is generally twice as large and possesses superior speed, strength, and intelligence compared to her offspring. Attack methods of the xenomorphs. Acid blood. The xenomorph blood is an extremely powerful acid, ensuring that they are terrible prey for almost everything. A wounded xenomorph's blood is capable of melting through almost all man-made and natural substance. Dormant state. The xenomorph has the ability to enter a dormant state with absolutely no movement and blends into the darkness while waiting for its next victim. La Salle Bionational. The xenomorph has sense organs along the side of its head that can sense vibration in the air. In front of their skulls are thermosensitive sensors allowing them to sense the body heat of potential victims. Finally are a set of vestigial eyes that has been very limited functionality and may allow them to sense each other. Cooperative hunting techniques. They are able to communicate enough to not only coordinate, but also for minor problem-solving purposes. Exoskeleton. This chitin-like exterior means the xenomorph can withstand a lot of damage. However, the hard chitin-like exterior is only part of the power of their exoskeleton. They also replace their exterior cells with polarized silicon, giving them resistance to adverse elemental conditions. Intelligence. Xenomorphs have shown the capacity to learn the use of simple machinery by observing their prey. The host organism that's birthed them might not have been impacted on how this intelligence develops, and it might require life forms with a higher capacity for intelligence, but xenomorphs can develop a form of rudimentary tool using. Inner jaw. Xenomorphs are known to have two jaws. The first set of jaws is of limited use. Its purpose may have been for intimidation or to protect the more fragile inner jaw. The inner jaw can be propelled a great force to perform a killing blow, which can crush through bone and some metal objects. The xenomorph will usually ensure the victim is immobilized in some form before projecting the jaw. Bladed tail. There are also a segmental blood-tipped tail. The exact form of the tail seems to vary across xenomorphs, which may have been due to variations in hosts. However, in all cases, the tail exhibits great strength and can be used as a bludgeon and a spear. Or a spear. It has enough strength to pierce through and lift its prey. It can also use the tail to push attackers away or clear obstacles, or to use as a balancing pole. Swarm numbers. The more hosts they seem to collect for the hive, the more addition to the queen's army, and they sometimes swarm potential rivals, and the facehuggers aren't too picky when they multi-select their chosen hosts. Hive mind. Whenever a xenomorph is far away from the hive, they tend to use their hive mind to keep in contact with the hive and their queen. The weaknesses of the xenomorph. Dependent on the host for adaptations. A xenomorph is designed to acquire adaptations from its host. This means that they are always best suited to the environment that their hosts live in, meaning if you can force a xenomorph into an environment it is not well suited for you might be able to slow it down. Limited intelligence. Their problem-solving capabilities are limited to their immediate needs, so it is impossible to trick them. Usually this is useful for buying time to escape. Alternatively, they can be lured into a trap or kill zone. Weaknesses to extreme temperatures. Not only can it kill them, but also they will retreat or keep their distances as a threat of flame. They also appeared weak to rapidly changing temperatures. If you can expose them to a different environment rapidly, it can cause their shells to shatter from the stress and most likely the cold and not the lack of oxygen that kills them since they have shown no respiration. Can be stunned by vibration. That's the Bionational's discovery of the Xenomorph's ability to sense vibration along the sides of their large heads gave human beings a potential advantage. In an emergency, it can possibly to use ultrasound vibrations to stun the Xenomorph and buy time for an escape. Future Predator. DNA evidence showed that in the far future, presumably hundreds of millions of years in the original timeline, a species of bat evolved into a large quadruped super predators. They are blind, yet evolved a highly sophisticated echolocation ability, gray-skinned and have a pronounced hunched back and a thin but muscular frame. It possesses a keen sense of smell and voracious, intelligent, adaptable, highly agile, and extremely fast. These creatures could adapt into any environment. The ears in bats must have moved into the center of its face, creating a large hole, giving it better sonar abilities. Future predators live together as a family, the male, the female, and the offspring, where the male guards the infants and the female does the hunting. The males are 7 feet tall, but the females are 8 feet tall. The average size for a predator is 2 meters tall and it weighs a half a ton. Predators have sharp teeth and claws, and can run incredibly fast, possibly 125 kilometers per hour, and they possibly can leap a distance of a tennis court. They are expert climbers and shown to climb trees and scale buildings effortlessly. Predators can also remain undetected in their environment when hunting. It is possible that they are cloned, created in time paradox, and even mind-controlled. Future predator attack methods. The future predators are lethal, highly evolved killing machines that will stop at nothing to get their prey. The strange clicking you will hear when you're in the same area as they are. They use their sonar and it bounces off objects. That creates an image and they can also sense heat. In the future, many future predators are mutated. They have very strange feet designed for running along rocky terrain. Sharp teeth and claws, the primary weapons. Tree climbing and scaling buildings. Their bizarre-shaped feet also allows them to climb trees and scale buildings with little effort. Extremely fast and far jumpers. Future predators can run estimated top speeds at 125 miles per hour and appear to be able to jump huge distances. They also relied more on their great speed and agility and acrobatics to take down their prey. Resistant to gunfire. Future predators were extremely resistant to gunfires for such light-built creatures. A future predator will be practically unfazed and undeterred by a single gunshot to their hump, and their multiple shots to the torso from a machine gun would only stun a predator for a few seconds before it fully recovers. Sonar. The future predator's elongated head housed a highly intelligent brain and a melon organ. The former gave the predator human levels of intelligence, which allowed it to efficiently outsmart and second-guess its prey and enemies and move in reactions and stay one step ahead of them. Predators have no visual eyes and appear to be visually blind, but possess echolocation as a highly advanced high-frequency sonar system. The future predator's ears were located on the center of its face, giving the echolocation a more direct and precise interpretation of the surrounding environment, an improvement on that used by modern-day bats. Future predator weaknesses. Sonar can be used against them. The future predator's advanced sonar can also be used as a weakness, which any form of sound would result in scrambling its sonar, with a jumble of sonar echoes from the source of the loud sounds. Shot to or through the head. Though every part of its body are resistant to gunfire, however, a direct gunshot to the future predator's skull will be fatal. Fragile body. Future predators, also due to their fragile build, could be killed by impact trauma or from a massive force. Now, it's time for the face-off. A future time rift opened up and a future predator walked through the portal to an abandoned laboratory. Little does it know, a drone xenomorph has been stalking the creature from the darkness, waiting for a chance to kill. The scene is set from the fight between the future killer and the galaxy parasite.